Hey family, in today's tutorial we have two projects we're going to do. One we're going to use Mod Podge and matte. Second one we're going to use fabric Mod Podge. One is for the napkin, one is for the fabric. Okay, so here we have them, and I'm going to use Snow White from Waverly to paint these. Even though the mason jar is painted, I'm still going to do white paint on top of it. So here I'm just going to go and paint this. I'm not going to put you through all of this to watch me paint it, but I am going to paint this fully, and I'm only going to do one coat, and I'm going to forget about that glob of paint on the back because I don't see it, but we'll take care of it. Okay, here they're both painted, they're dry, and so we are going to start with the flag. Oh, sorry, missed that part. So we're going to paint the star first. I'm just going to use Waverly Antiquing Wax. Going to spray this with a little bit of water. Just need a little dab of it. I'm going to go all over this star. Don't need a lot. Goes on very smooth. It's kind of dark for me, so I am going to spray it with just a little bit of water and then go over it again and lighten it up. Then we're going to dry that up. Okay, here we just have a napkin. This is a cocktail napkin, so I'm going to take one of the panels and I'm going to cut that one out. I'm going to take off the second ply. Make sure you check, some are 3 plies. This napkin is only 2 ply. And I'm checking my placement of where I want it to go. It's going to be wonky. My napkins always come out wonky. So I roll my bottle of Mod Podge. If you shake it, it adds a lot of bubbles to it. So I just roll it in my hands. And then I'm going to use a fan brush. I like using fan brushes because it lays down the Mod Podge in thin layers. You don't need a lot because napkins do tear very, very easily. And then I'm going to paint basically the entire surface so it'll all be the same shininess from the Mod Podge. And then I'm just patting it down, making sure it's down everywhere. Be careful not to pull because napkins, they tear very easily once they're wet. Then I'm going to do the same on the top half. And I always do my napkins like this so that it doesn't bunch. I don't mind the few wrinkles that are in there. It gives it some little character. And it's going to be kind of rustic anyway. So then I'm just going to pat down the top and make sure it's all down. And then I'm going to get the extra Mod Podge out the holes. I'm going to start with the fabric Mod Podge, same thing, just roll it in your hands. And the fabric Mod Podge is way thicker than any of the Mod Podges. Right, so I'm trying to see where I want my placement to be and how it's going to look so I can get where I want to cut. So just to make this simpler, I'm going to cut on the lines. And it's easier to work with your fabric once it has been cut down to a manageable size. And I'm going to cut across the top so that it's more straight. And then this is how I'm going to place it. I'm actually going to put the line more in the center. So I'm going to start with the top half and go top half down. And as you can see, this Mod Podge is a lot thicker. And then I'm just going to go across the top where I want the Mod Podge to stop at. And then I'm just going to lay down my fabric. And of course, fabric is a lot tougher than napkins, so you can be a little bit rough with it. I'm pulled up my fabric just above where the glue was from when I put it from top down. And then I'm going to continue. I'm going to do the bottom of the surface, making sure it's not glooped on, that it's a nice even layer. I'm just going to press that down really, really well. And then I dried them up. And now I'm just checking to make sure it's laid down everywhere. Here there was a spot missing, so I'm put a little bit of Mod Podge there. And then I'm going to take my finger sander and I'm just going to go down the side in a downward motion. You don't want to seesaw it because it will rip your napkin off your surface. So you just go downward. And you see how that came off really nice and smooth. Now for the jar, I'm using a different sander. This is a hand sander, and I'm just going the same thing, just sand downward. And it's coming off, but this one is a little bit tougher. You have to do few more times so it'll come off. Okay, and here they're both done, real nice and straight and smooth. So now I'm going to take a little bit of antiquing wax, and what I'm going to do is just dry brush across the napkin, the top and the bottom, and the top of the jar surface, just to give a little more depth and some character. And not only that, they can match a little more better with the dark streaks on the jar. Doesn't have to be perfect, just go as heavy or as light as you would like to. I'm going to do the top. Then I'm going to make sure that's dry. Then here's the star. I dry brushed a little bit of Snow White paint on top. And so here I'm just going to glue it down. My glue stick was going out, so I had to get another stick. And here I'm just going to put on some glue. Make sure it stays. If you want this permanent, use it with some permanent glue as well as hot glue for the immediate stick and other glue for permanent stick. So here I have some ribbon, which is some crinkled seam binding. I'm just going to put those through the holes of the flag. Then I'm just going to tie a simple bow. This is optional. You can even put flowers at the top. I just decided on a bow. And the flag surface is a plaid surface, so it can be purchased from them. I'm just going to put a button on there. I was going to put the light colored one on there. I decided to go with a darker button. I'm just going to put that in the center of the bow. And then I'm just going to wrap this ribbon around the top of the mason jar and just tie a knot on the side. Real simple and cutesy. And I'm just going to cut the ends a little bit. I'm going to take another napkin and put that one on there, just like that. And it is done. They came out so pretty. This can go on the table with my other patriotic arts. Thank you for joining.